The headlines: missing farmer and talk show contributor found dead. Social media blamed for poor language skills among students. And Bajan athletes have a last shot at qualifying for the World Championships. Welcome to Nation News for Thursday, August the 6th, 2015.
We are bringing the best of Corpova 2015 to you. Relive all the action from the sweetest summer festival in this year's Corpova Souvenir magazine. Experience the carnival feeling over and over again with photos from all the major events. The Corpova Souvenir 2015 will be available on newsstands island-wide on August 5th or online at www.nationnews.com.
His voice became well known to fans of call-in radio over several years, but no more. Vincent Lane, who also came to national attention as a farmer, was found dead hours after police asked for help in locating him. He was 66. Mr. Lane, who lived at Farm Road, St. Philip, was found in his car at Bushy Park a day after he left home on Wednesday morning. His wife, Sandra Lane, who was among a group of relatives and friends at the scene, fainted on arrival and was taken for medical treatment. She collapsed again upon viewing the body. Mr. Lane's older brother, Edwin, said he spoke to Vincent on Tuesday and everything was normal. Police say they will be treating the death as unnatural until a post-mortem is conducted. The family came to national attention in 1995 when Vincent Lane's two sons, Neil and Kirk, drowned in a murky pond on his property. Now, do you know your OMGs, LOLs, emojis? You know, the text talk? Well, an experienced teacher fears that the nation's children may be having too much of it. Sherry Ann Scott King, a teacher of 28 years, has raised an alarm about the deterioration of language skills by many students, which she blames on social media. She said the problem was quite stark in the school-based assessments submitted at CXC this year, some of which she described as atrocious. Ms. Scott King was speaking during a panel discussion on the impact of technology and social media on education organized by Allen School alumni.
I have found in correcting office administration SBAs, there's no longer the need to spell the words. So BE has become B. Thank you has become TENQ. I have also found students looking at me and writing YOU is now you. And I, for one, like to write some nice little remarks on there saying, who do you think you're talking to? That is me. And I have found that the SBAs I got this year were quite atrocious, like Mr. Mears alluded to. They don't know any grammar anymore.
The panelist, Junior Burgess of the Ministry of Education, said technology is being used in basic ways in schools as government cannot maintain it at the level that is needed for students to be successful.
Our schools can't afford this technology, and therefore corporate Barbados must get involved to support schools so that our students get a better opportunity to succeed in the community world of work. And that is the way we need to integrate technologies in education by also interfacing with corporate Barbados and all hands being on deck to generate success.
The Vice President of Venezuela is coming to Barbados to talk with government officials in the wake of the latest flare-up of Venezuela's long-standing border dispute with Guyana. Jorge Arriaza flew earlier to Grenada, where he met with Prime Minister Keith Mitchell. And on his Twitter feed, he said he was also heading to Dominica, Barbados, Trinidad and Tobago, St. Lucia and Cuba on what he called a diplomatic peace strategy to talk about the Essequibo, the area containing two-thirds of Guyana and claimed by Venezuela. Guyana rejects the claim. A decommissioned Transport Board bus was severely damaged by fire on Thursday after a bushfire spread to the board's depot at Mangrove St. Philip. The board's spokesperson is Linda Holder.
This morning we would have had a bushfire that started on the external environs of the Transport Board. It would have then spread and came under the fence at the board at our Mangrove depot. Unfortunately, it would have ignited one of our buses, and that bus, let me be clear, was not an active bus. That bus is actually written off of our books. We are only holding it to see if there are any scrap that we can get from it, such as seats or anything of that nature. It has absolutely no book value, and this fire would not affect the active fleet of the Transport Board.
Customs and Excise remains headed for a new home within the Revenue Authority according to Finance Minister Chris Sinclair, though the actual integration timeline remains unclear. Mr. Sinclair made the announcement following what was described as a cordial meeting between government officials and trade union representatives. Customs workers have been resisting the new arrangements and only last week called off a go slow that has the business sector reeling. The workers are seeking assurances over appointments and seniority, which are still subject to negotiation. 70 aspiring performers have registered for the 39th staging of the Richard Stout Teen Talent Contest. Organizer Richard Stout says that's an improvement, though he adds that fewer males have been coming forward. The competition opens on Sunday week at Davy South Winds, with the final set for November the 8th. In sport, in track and field, Barbadian athletes have one final chance this weekend to qualify for the World Championships, which take place later this month in Beijing. That's when NACAC, the championships comprising athletes from North and Central America and the Caribbean, come off in Costa Rica. Those who haven't already qualified will have to win their events to get a spot in Beijing. And finally, a man has received a Guinness World Record for the longest birthday by flying between time zones to extend celebrations for nearly 2 days. Sven Hagemar kept his 26th birthday going for 46 hours by flying from Auckland in New Zealand to Brisbane in Australia before traveling backwards in time across the international date line to Hawaii. The journey by the German who won him the Guinness World Record for the longest birthday ever, beating a previous time of 35 hours and 25 minutes. And that's it for Nation News. The clock is not with us for Thursday. For more news, log on to nationnews.com as well as YouTube, Facebook and Twitter. And remember to pick up your Weekend Nation on Friday or subscribe to our e-paper.